What's good, family? It's your Urban Sports Guru. And I'm going to give you my preview for the NFC South. My preview for the NFC South. Now, we're going to go start with the team that's bringing up the rear, and that is the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I've been high on Atlanta Falcons the last couple of years because I look at what skill position players they had, decent on the offensive line, having an entire starting lineup of all former first round picks. And just defensively, they let me down. Defensively let me down, and they score points, but not effective as they used to be. However, this year I see them. They're gonna have the OC that they had in Tennessee. I think that's gonna help them out somewhat. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be a motherfucker to trying to cover him at tight end. Ladies and gentlemen, I look at Kyle Pitts and I'm like, he is not a tight end. He is a huge receiver. Good luck trying to cover him. Good fucking luck trying to cover him. I look at him and I wish they would have been able to keep Julio happy, to keep him, Julio, Calvin Ridley. Good luck covering that. Good fucking luck. I mean, Kyle Pitts is going to be a motherfucker to cover. Atlanta's going to score a ton of points, but they're not going to stop anybody. I think Arthur Smith, I think he's a great offensive mind. You saw what he was able to do for Ryan Tannehill. I think he'll do some good things for Matt Ryan. I just don't think they have the defense to match it. And in that division, not having defense is a fucking problem, a big fucking problem. I think they'll bring up the rear. The team that I think is going to come in third in that division, quiet as kept. I know some people are going to fry me for this. The New Orleans Saints. When I look at everything this team is going through right now with the most recent storm, I look at that as being a factor that's hurting them. It's going to hurt them in the beginning of the season. That's one. I think as much as everything's going to be blamed at Jameis Winston's feet, I think he gives them the best opportunity to win. However, I think he'll calm down the turnovers somewhat. However, I do still expect them to turn the football over. Secondly, they've had a great defense. They've had a championship defense the last couple of years. They lost some horses in that secondary. So now you have that one stout corner and no one else. No, you got Malcolm Jenkins at safety, and he's getting a little long in the tooth. I do think that Demario Davis, one of the better middle line, but this league is stout with some real stout guys at middle linebacker. Demario Davis is one of them. You know, you got Jordan on that defense. He's a problem. I've always liked him. Always liked him. He had a shot at Defensive Player of the Year a couple of years ago. He was my pick. I really like him, but however, I just don't think the defense will be as dominant. They're great against the run. One thing you have to do against defense is you have to take away something. One thing New Orleans does is they take away the run. They don't allow you to run the football, which is good. That'll keep them in ball games. But they aren't really that good if they're not able to rush the passer, if they're not able to harass the quarterback. And they have rushers, but they're not going to be able to do it every single play. And you have one good corner who starts off the season bad every single year. By midseason, he's looking like a Pro Bowler. And then you have the other side of that secondary who is just not good. Just not good. I think that's going to be a problem for them. It's going to be very problematic. And I see them coming, in the long run, I see them coming in third in this division. That's just my take. The team that I see surprising people in that division, quiet as kept. I'm not the biggest Sam Darnold fan, but I do think he is going to grow a lot this year. I do think he's going to grow a lot this year playing in Carolina with that offensive coach, with that head coach. I do think Carolina's going to make the playoffs. Every year we see four new teams make the playoffs. We see that every year. 4 teams I think he's going to be: San Fran, New England, Carolina, San Fran, New England, Carolina, San Fran, New England, Carolina, and the Chargers. Those are the four teams that are new to the playoffs that were not in the playoffs last year that will be in the playoffs this year. Those are the four teams that I like. I do think Carolina's going to be damn good. He has he's very familiar. Excuse me, very familiar with the receivers. With Anderson, they'll be able to run the football. If Christian McCaffrey comes back 100%, they're in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. I do believe that they're in the playoffs. And the team, of course, is going to win the division. Might win the Super Bowl again. The Tampa Bay Bucks. They brought all 22 starters back. My only concern is health with this team. It's crazy. I say health, but I'm not even thinking about their 44-year-old quarterback, Tom Brady. My only concern is health because they're loaded at pretty much every position, but they had a pretty much healthy year. Outside of O.J. Howard, they had a healthy year. No one really got hurt. They had so much depth at the receiver position, depth at the tight end position. They have the best run defense in all of football. You are not running the football against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Why? Because you have Vita. You have Vita, the big Samoan tackle, and next to Ndamukong Suh. You are not running the football against this team. Then you have those two stud linebackers who just go hunt. They really just go hunt. And that's one of the other things I'm worried about with KC. I do, quiet as kept, think that not everyone has the horses that Tampa Bay has, but I do think that blueprint that Tampa used in the Super Bowl, play 3D, let your linebackers hunt, rush the quarterback, teams are going to try to copy that template. How successful it's going to be, I think it can have some success when you look at it from the perspective of, okay, we now make you march the length of the field. And I say that because when I look at KC's game last year against New England at home, against New England with a backup quarterback, and New England nearly beat them. Why? They gave up nothing deep. They gave up absolutely nothing deep. They made them go step by step by step by step by step, and on the other side of the field, New England pounded it right down their throat, which is essentially what Tampa did in the Super Bowl. I think other teams are going to try to use that template. Let's see how successful they are with it. They basically did 3 deep. No, you're not going deep. You got to go underneath. Dare them to go underneath. And with those linebackers hunting, good luck. He didn't even have a chance to look underneath because guess what? He was running for his life because his offensive line was shot. So I expect Tampa to use that. I expect other teams to use that template against KC. That's another wrinkle I have. Another concern I have for KC, but the main concern I have for Tampa is health. Gronk played a full season last year. You look at Gronk's career, people. Gronk does not play full seasons. He always ends up getting hurt. I'm not making this up. Look at his history. He is always injured. Always. So with that being said, someone who's so often injured, then he ends up playing. Now we have to play 17 games. Yes, they have depth at tight end with O.J. Howard coming back. But he's coming off of ACL. What is he going to be able? He's very, very talented. He's a physical specimen as well, kind of like a Kyle Pitts. But he's coming off of ACL. Let's see what he's going to be able to give you. These are my main concerns about Tampa. Outside of that, this team's going to be competing for the Super Bowl. One of the divisions is a moot point. They'll win the AFC South, no question. That's my take. It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. I'm out. Salute.